Hi there, and welcome back to ScoreKeeping by Kenosha Opera Festival. Satan, the perfect source for fun, fame, and fortune. All you need is one simple soul and a willingness to spend the rest of your days in eternal damnation. The devil has been tied with music throughout its history, whether it's in the violence and satanic imagery of metal, the sensualness of dance, or even just the fact that it was made by a racial and religious minority. Wherever supposedly the man was trying to keep the people down, allusions to the devil are soon to follow. One curious connection is that throughout culture, there's a link between the devil and the violin. This association has permeated through Western culture, from music criticism to country songs. So in this episode of ScoreKeeping, we'll take some time to smell the brimstone as we navigate this devilish history. Now, what's funny is that while we often associate the violin and the devil, stringed instruments were often associated with angels in religious texts. Medieval and Renaissance artworks take this further, showcasing angelic performances of viols, the precursor to the violin, among other instruments. Think less of a choir of angels and more of an orchestra of angels. The violin was actually connected to the devil through secular legends and poetry. Cultures around the Baltic regions tied the violin and the bagpipe to the devil. This is shown best in two old sayings. The first one, which comes from Romania, tells the story of when God was on earth and he pastured sheep. He made the flute and he put it under the wool of the sheep. The devil, being the devil, wanted to make something for himself, so he made the fiddle and he put it inside of a goat. The story goes that as the goat was walking with its tail up, a woman saw the head of the fiddle poking out, grabbed it, and pulled it out of the goat. Ugh. Basically, the flute is blessed, the violin is cursed. This legend not only serves as an early connection between the devil and the violin, but also as a clear example of how the devil and the violin by association is used to demonize marginalized people. Romani stereotypes have regularly been perpetuated in music, even with the classics such as Carmen. While later references between the devil and the violin are not as often associated with ethnic stereotypes, the devil's association with other music, primarily jazz and rock, mostly stems as a way to further demonize marginalized cultures, by demonizing the music associated with them as immoral, if not criminal. The concept of virtuosity and artistic genius permeates through Western discourse, separating the layman and the genius. While modern-day references to virtuosity usually consist of kids on YouTube that make me question what I am doing with my life, our obsession to the concept of natural virtuosity, such as our focus on IQ, still exists throughout society. Modern thinkers may place genius on biology, but thinkers of the past connected genius with the supernatural. By treating these abilities as inhuman, people place geniuses on a pedestal far above the common person. No matter how much someone practiced or trained, they couldn't even come close to the natural abilities of a genius. While the supernatural elements of genius may come from the divine, those discussed in this video were often said to have come from, you guessed it, the devil. Multiple virtuosos, including my boy Paganini, who we'll talk more about later, were often believed to have been given their unnatural abilities by the devil. Giuseppe Tartini, known best for his Devil Sonata, when he was 21 years old, he dreamed that he had made a pact with the devil, who gave him everything his heart desired, which of course included also rocking at the violin. While I question why connecting yourself to the devil in 18th century Italy is ever a good idea, especially since there were still a lot of heresy executions back then, this supposed dream invigorated one of Tartini's most well-known works and serves as a clear connection between the violin virtuoso and the Prince of Darkness himself. It also makes the devil's trill, a trill on 2 strings at the same time, even more fitting. However, it is a drama unrelated to music that sends the deal with the devil into its modern iteration. Fun fact about Romantic era composers. They really loved writing. While many composers also wrote music criticism, even more tied prose and poetry into their music. From symphonic poems to complex song cycles, the Romantic artists loved to tie their works to popular authors, poets, and playwrights. One of these writers was Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, arguably one of the most influential Romantic writers, whose writing popularized multiple Romantic aesthetics and was directly used in Romantic compositions. One of his dramatic works, Faust, popularized the deal with the devil. While Faust made a deal with the devil to control the demon Mephistopheles, modern deals with the devil involve all manner of things. Money, fame, or even some really good hands.
At last I have the power to make Leela love me.
Of course, deals with the devil never end well, as the devil, the king of lies, always has a trick up his sleeve.
The use of words expressing something other than their literal intention. Now that is irony.
Faust itself led to a number of musical reimaginings, from Berlioz's vocal works to Gounod's opera. But the deal with the devil, often called a Faustian bargain, permeated through drama, literature, and even music criticism. Heinrich Heine, a notable Romantic writer and critic, described Paganini's playing as quite dark. He says that the figure of the master concealed itself in sinister shadows, out of whose darkness his music wailed forth in tones of the most biting lamentation. To be honest, I'm not sure if that's a compliment or a burn. Romantic writing, so hyperbolic and dramatic, but these devilish rumors surrounded the virtuoso, with some accounts being even more dark and depraved. One rumor mentioned that Paganini killed all his wives and mistresses, turning their intestines into violin strings. Another said that Paganini was imprisoned for murder, again of a mistress, and spent his incarceration mastering his technique. While Paganini would dismiss the rumors in private company, he did use the demonic rumors to further promote himself. Like many rock stars, Paganini knew that controversy could sell. His appearance helped perpetuate the demonic imagery. To many, he looked more dead than alive, with his emaciated figure and hollowed-out face looking more like an image of the undead than a lively virtuoso. He often performed clad in black, with his black hair creating a wraith-like appearance. Coupled with the unbelievable ability and numerous rumors, Paganini became the face of the typical devilish violinist. While these dark and dramatic depictions helped increase profits for the virtuoso, the supposed moral degeneracy did bother Paganini, especially considering his charitable activities. In addition to numerous charity concerts, he also financially supported a lot of his family members, including his sister, cousins, and nephews. He was overall considered a decent guy, but his devilish image and his occasional hardball business dealings often led to rumors and condemnations. Those rumors, combined with a questionable account of a housekeeper, kept Paganini from a Christian burial for over 30 years after his death. His devilish rumors surrounded him in both life and death. American songs such as the aforementioned The Devil Went Down to Georgia turns the challenge on its head, with the devil's deal, or in this case, challenge, showcasing the emptiness of the devil's abilities. Films and literature also echo the hyperbolic writings describing Paganini, especially when looking back at past virtuosos. Even TV show jokes, such as the Faustian bargain seen in Futurama, harken back to Romantic literature. Like many musical relationships, the devil and the violin permeate beyond the stage. It showcases the interconnectivity of music and the rest of the art world, especially Romantic era. While more demonic than wholesome, it is a clear example of how music reflects cultural ideals that influence and guide us. Even robot devils need a little romanticism in their lives. Luckily, the violin provides it in spades. For more devilishly fun videos like this one, subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends. We release new scorekeeping videos every month with new additional awesome content released throughout the month, so definitely hit the bell so you don't miss a thing. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have an awesome and operatic day.